What's good, everybody? It's UturnCrobat here. U-turning into you today with another NPCC Battle League battle. But before we get into anything, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please make sure you leave a gigantic like on this video. It will be highly appreciated, guys. And if you haven't seen last week's battle, then please make sure you do so. My battle this week is against Ty, aka ABSOLuteDestruction. I'm gonna butcher his name. I'm so sorry. You can find his link down in the description. Half of these names in this league I'm gonna butcher, so I am sorry. ABSOLuteDestruction, I believe is his name, but his link will be down in my description, so make sure you guys go check him out. He's a cool dude. He's a good battler. So anyways, so this battle is gonna be, like I said, another NPCC league battle. I'm bringing Manabuzz, Tentacruel, Rhydon, Kyurem, Gengar, and Shaman. Now, if you guys don't know, which you don't because you just don't, Shaman, we made sure Shaman, Tentacruel, and Kyurem all outsped Emboar, in case he did bring Emboar. We do have Scarf Gengar with just enough speed to outspeed Jolly Salamence at +1, so we were hoping that those would kind of come in handy. We were actually thinking he was going to be bringing Emboar. We did not predict him to bring Ambipom or Ambipom or Sableye, because I mean, like, why would he? I don't know, but he did, and it kind of took me for a spin. He kind of confused me. I didn't really know why, but as you can see, he has Ambipom, Azel, Salamence, Sableye, Tapu Fini, and the Ferrothorn right there. So we're just gonna hop into this battle and kind of see what turns out. I'm drinking some wine, so come join me. So this was an interesting battle, to say the least, because he's going to be leading out with Kazarian, the Ambipom. I thought he was going to be faking out. I thought he was going to use Fake Out. But in a second here, you're going to see that he doesn't. He actually uses the Knockoff, which is whatever. If he was going to Fake Out, then he was going to get hurt with our Rocky Helmet anyways. Yeah, so Sister Abigail does pack the Rocky Helmet. But seeing as how he knocked off, it's whatever, just because, well, quite frankly, she's still going to get hurt with the Rocky Helmet. So we're going to U-turn out because we really do want to try and take out this Ambipom. I didn't really know what the hell to do, to be honest with you, so I do go out into the Too Cruel for You, the Tentacruel, because I want to kind of see what he's going to do, and if there are any items that I didn't really mind getting knocked off, it's the Air Balloon and the Rocky Helmet there on Sister Abigail. We really had the Air Balloon for any Earthquake users, so we didn't really need Air Balloon on Tentacruel, so we just go ahead and go for a Scald. Unfortunately, we don't get a burn, and the reason why I say unfortunately is because I really did want to get hacks on this Kazarian. I really did. I really did want to get the but the Scald burn on that Kazarian, because Ambipom is pretty damn powerful, but luckily we're able to take out the Ambipom right in there. I wasn't sure at this point if I should sack off Tentacruel or if I should just fodder it off later. At this point in time, I am going to fodder it off. I am just going to let it die, just because Tentacruel doesn't really put in a ton of work in this battle. I thought he was going to be bringing Hippowdon, and Tentacruel really puts a stop to anything Hippowdon wants to do. But Salamence is going to get that Moxie boost, and I'm just going to go into Rhydon. Rhydon is my Salamence check. We are physically defensive, and even if he wanted to Hydro Pump, we can take one Hydro Pump and fire off a massive avalanche on the Salamence. But as you can see, unfortunately, Salamence does switch out, or actually Ty does switch out into the Ferrothorn. And I kind of totally forgot that Avalanche does get affected by the Rocky Helmet and Iron Barbs and shit like that. But we're going to go into our Shaman, because clearly we have the HP Fire on our Shaman. The reason why I say clearly is because I don't fucking know. But he's going to throw out the spikes, and that's a problem because I don't want Rhydon getting worn down, simply because Rhydon is, like I mentioned, our Salamence check. We can take plenty of Dragon Claws, we can take anything that the Salamence wants to do and just fire a massive avalanche off on it. And at this point right now, I'm not really sure why he was going for the Protects, but because he went for the Protect first turn, I thought maybe because he knew we had the HP Fire that he was going to switch out. So I did go into the Dazzling, I did use the Dazzling Gleam because I predicted the Salamence coming in, because, you know, Salamence can easily take the HP Fire. I'm not sure who else he would have gone into, but I went for the Dazzling Gleam just to be safe. He's going for these Protects, and I really don't know why, but I really have to make some predictions here. So at this point, I do go for the HP Fire, and I do get a massive damage off on this Chabo, the Ferrothorn. Unfortunately, I don't take him out, and unfortunately, he does bring up a second layer of spikes, which really sucks, because Pokemon like Rhydon and just really any of our mons don't want to take those spikes damage. Now, I went for the Dazzling Gleam because if he wanted to save this Ferrothorn and fought her off later, then he very well could have gone into the Salamence. I'm not really sure why he would have gone to the Salamence because, like, 7 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, Shaman does pack the Dazzling Gleam. So I'm not really sure why, but I also am not really sure why he brought in the Tapu Fini right here, the Mickey James, because we can easily fire off a Sea Flare. And this Sea Flare is going, if I can talk, it's going to do a large chunk of damage, as you can see right there. And I kind of understand why he did bring the Tapu Fini in, because he wanted to fire off an Ice Beam, and I totally understand that. I just don't understand, I don't know, it was kind of a weird play, but, you know, I like the guy. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. He's a nice guy. So he, you know, I don't know, but I'm not going to really trash talk him, but I'm not really sure why he brought it in. But anyways, he is going to go into Trash Stratus, the Ass-Self, because, well, he can easily take out the Shaman right now with a Psyshock or whatever, and I am predicting a Psyshock or a Psychic or whatever. So, luckily for me, I do predict right, because he's going to be going for the Psyshock. Now, at this point in time, I could have went for, like a Foul Play just to get some damage off on the thing, or I could have went for, really anything. I could have went for, like, a Taunt. I don't really know why I would have went for a Taunt, but I wanted to predict what the hell he was going to do, so I am going to roost up just to get some predictions going. Now I can easily switch out, and I can take at least one Dragon Claw from the Salamence, but I'm not really sure why he stayed, I'm not really sure why he brought the Salamence in on the Sister Abigail and just stayed in, because after him Dragon Dancing, a Foul Play would have destroyed the Salamence. But like I mentioned before, Rhydon is our Salamence check. I go into Rhydon because I know even after the spike's damage, I can take one hit from the Salamence and fire off a massive avalanche. As you can see, I live on 2 HP. 2 HP. Who does that? Rhydon does that. Fuck twat does that. And I can fire off a powerful avalanche right there. If you don't know what avalanche does, it the power doubles after it's hit by an attack. So clearly I wanted avalanche on Rhydon for that point in time, so I'm glad we were able to use it. I'm going to sack Fucktart off right now. Did I say Fucktart? I meant Fucktart. But anyways, I'm going to sack Rhydon off right now, because why the fuck not? We don't really need it. Salamence is gone. You don't necessarily need Rhydon. Johnny Christ makes his well, not debut, but we do bring Johnny Christ out, and I really do love the name, but who cares about the names? We just want the battles, right? Yeah, so he's going to go for an Ice Punch and continuously use an Ice Punch on Kyurem Black here. Luckily, he doesn't get the freeze, but I am going to be firing off 2 powerful Ice Beams. As you can see, there's one, but he's going to go for another Ice Punch here in a second, and it's not going to really do anything, but luckily for me, he doesn't get the freeze. I'm not really, I mean, he didn't really have too many Pokemon left, so I guess he was just, I don't know, at this point, throwing the game. I do understand he was in a slump, and I really do wish he wasn't. Maybe, I don't know, I'm not going to really say anything, I honestly don't know. But he's going to go into Sableye at this point, and I'm going to fire off some Ice Beams and just kidding. Fooled you. Ha. Just kidding. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyways, I'm going to go into Sister Abigail, predicting a Will-O-Wisp. Actually, the Will-O-Wisp actually is like the 2nd or 3rd team, whatever. But anyways, I'm going to go into Sister Abigail because a knockoff isn't going to be doing shit to me. Now, a Prankster Will-O-Wisp actually is not going to be doing anything to a Dark type, because Prankster doesn't do anything to a Dark type at this gen. So, I'm going to go for a Tom, because if he wants to Calm Mind up, then, you know, we'll get the advantage, and Sableye can't do shit to Sister Abigail. I'm gonna U-turn out, go into wow, Shaman here, because I don't necessarily need Shaman anymore. I'm gonna get hurt with the spikes and everything, and if I have to fodder off Shaman, then so be it. I wasn't sure if we were going to live a knockoff or not. Most likely we're going to lose, and I was just going to fodder off anyways, but whatever. And now that Sableye is his last Pokemon, I do have 3 Pokemon left that can handle Boogeyman, the Sableye. I'm going to go back out into Kyurem and just fire off some massive Kyurem attacks, so I can just take out the Sableye once and for all, because quite frankly, Sableyes can be kind of annoying, but luckily we did get that taunt up, so we can't really, I mean, we can actually handle the Sableye. I'm going to roost up, because why the fuck not? He can't Will-O-Wisp me, he can't taunt me or whatever. If he wants to knock off, that's perfectly fine. It doesn't really matter if we have the Life Orb or not. We're just going to roost on up until we get a good enough HP where I can feel safe about firing off some ice beams and just take out this Sableye and do win with a 3-0. Now, that's basically it. That's basically it, guys. Let's take another sip of wine. Yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point. Now, I'm not... Okay, this was a fun battle, and the reason why I say it was a fun battle, because it was really, really, really unpredictable. He's gonna taunt for obvious reasons. He doesn't want me roosting up again, but it was really unpredictable. I didn't really think he was gonna bring Emapalm and Sableye. I thought he was gonna bring Hippowdon. That's why we decided to bring Tentacruel. I thought he was going to be bringing Emboar for anything. You know, I thought he was going to be bringing Emboar, and like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, we do have some Pokemon that can outspeed Emboar, and just to put the salt in the wounds, we do unfortunately get the freeze, which is really, 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 really unfortunate, and I immediately went on Discord and apologized to him because I felt so bad that I did get the freeze. I mean, after all this shit and everything that he's been through, at that point, just getting the freeze was just a big fuck you to him, and I really didn't want him to feel bad. You know, I didn't really want him to feel like shit, but I mean, it's Pokemon, hacks do happen. It's unfortunate that the hacks did have to happen to him after being in a slump that he was in, and still is. I'm hoping that he just gets out of it, because he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy, and he is a good battler. I know for a fact he is a good battler. I mean, like, yeah, some of the plays in this battle were kind of questionable, but I'm not going to take anything away because he knows what he's doing when he's making teams. He really does. So, like I mentioned, I'm not going to take anything away from him. I do suggest you guys go check him out. If you don't, then so be it. But, I mean, he's a good guy. He's a good battler. If you do want to have a battle with him, go check him out. Hopefully, you guys can just encourage him. Just be like, this, you know, this wasn't a bad battle. Because, to be honest, it wasn't a bad battle at all. He totally threw me off. Bringing Emapalm and bringing Sableye, and he had a Moxie, Dragon Dance, Salamence. That could have destroyed my team. If Rhydon didn't live with a 2 HP, he could have wrecked our team, and that would have obviously told a different story. But I think I'm going to get the hell out of here. Make sure you go show Ty, aka ABSOLuteDestruction, some love. You know, he does need it. He does need it. But I hope all of you have a great day, and I'll catch all of you all on the flip side.